The student movement of 1968 was the name given to a series of protests from part of students and teachers from national universities and high schools, which included the National Polytechnic Institute and the National Autonomous University of Mexico, to protest against the government and the unfair treatment they received from part of the authorities and also from part of the military force, demanding a change to the actual president, which was Gustavo Díaz Ordaz. One of the reasons that made a student protest was the assassination of Everaldo Rodriguez by police officers dressed as civilians in 1966. Also, in October 2 of 1966, there was a military movement into the University of Morelia, and a year later into the University of Sonora, which oppressed violently the students and teachers in there. In July 22 of 1968, there was a fight between two groups of students about an insignificant football game, which was stopped brutally by the police, making angrier the Mexican people. In July 26 of 1968, students manifested to protest against police brutality, since they were very angry with the police and the measures they took to oppress and to avoid any more uprisings. Also, the people was very much influenced by the socialist ideas of Che Guevara, and the people wanted a change in the way the government was doing things.
The Mexican student movement of 1968 was also called as Mexican 68. It was caused by the ideology of the old generations and the ideology of the new ones. The government restricted the citizens' freedom of speech. The people started getting bored about their lifestyle, and that caused the crash of two ideologies, the capitalist and the socialist. One of the most famous parts of these movements was the Silence March. In this Silence March, the students covered their mouth trying to tell the government that whatever they said, it will not matter to them. The causes that created the student movement was the corruption, communist ideas, and social inequalities. Communist ideas.
One of the main social effects was the Corpus Christi massacre in 1971. Also, the citizens had the opportunity to live with a new democracy in which they could actually bring change in society. People no longer trusted completely in the government and would no longer live completely under the conscious control of their government, nor tolerate it anymore.
Lo cierto es que careció de tranquilidad el resto del sexenio. Sus problemas gástricos empeoraron. En 1970, Díaz Ordaz arribó al Estadio Azteca en un helicóptero. Debía inaugurar el Campeonato Mundial de Fútbol y se sometería al veredicto público. El repudio fue general. Lo recibió un plebiscito de chiflidos e insultos.
Declaro solemnemente inaugurado el 9º Campeonato Mundial de Fútbol, Copa Jules Rimet.
Some of the political consequences of the movement of 1968 are that the people was dissatisfied by the government, people asking for new democracy, many protests against the government, Luis Echeverría had genocide charges, and all media talking bad about the political party.
The biggest economic effect was to pay for all the damages that were in the city, the exploded cars, the damages to the patrol cars, the graffiti in all the walls, the posters, all the damages that this movement caused. in the city.
La policía te está extorsionando, pero ellos viven de lo que tú estás pagando, y si